As debate rages in Washington over whether to confirm Brett Kavanaugh to the high court, the man he's set to replace retired U.S. Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy was in Sacramento. CBS 13's Lamore Abrams is live at the federal courthouse in downtown with his message there. Lamore?
Tony Kennedy is here in his hometown of Sacramento speaking to local high school students about democracy and the freedoms in the U.S. Constitution. Students say the topic couldn't be more timely as the nation seems divided over Brett Kavanaugh. But it's a topic the justice did not want to talk about. Are you able to say anything about today's Supreme Court hearing?
Excuse me, there's no interview. No.
Retired U.S. Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy had his men turn us away when we asked about Brett Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court nominee clerked for Kennedy on the high court over 20 years ago. But the justice tried to change the topic, at one point steering the conversation to talk about the life of a TV news reporter.
You have to do it every night. You have to be honest.
Think about it. Think about what goes on right now. The heat of the moment and asking you the question about Kavanaugh.
Oh, well,
the pressure's on about that.
We don't.
You have no comments on that, huh? You know, that's why we're all here.
We never comment on that. It feels to be a free man now.
So we hoped he'd give us a broader understanding of the courts instead. What was your confirmation hearing like?
I'm not on that subject.
America is the great model for us.
The retired justice took to the podium shortly after, speaking to Sacramento high school students about civil discourse, the importance of knowing the Constitution and appreciating our freedoms.
The first three words: we the people.
You can't really have a speech right now that concerns politics that doesn't have to do with what's happening right now.
Dahlia El-Ghanemi sat next to the justice during lunch. The student, who won first place on the legal essay, says he spoke to her about his grandkids, but she still felt he had politics on his mind.
I'm sure it was. I mean, of course, it's been such a hot topic this entire summer, and his whole speech, of course, couldn't directly or explicitly state it, but I'm sure he was implicitly stating.
What to do about Brett Kavanaugh's nomination? The controversy making it all the way to a Sacramento luncheon with Kavanaugh's former boss.
I'm not on that subject.
He doesn't want to talk about it, but protesters did want to talk about it. There were about a handful out here during the luncheon holding up signs in support of Dr. Blasey Ford. Back to you, Tony.
Lamore, thanks for that update.